Mid-major to difference maker, Natasha Cloud's impact has been felt both on and off the court.
To be a voice for the voiceless, and that's what I'll continue to do.
This episode of Difference Makers is presented by CarMax.
Natasha Cloud remains relentless on both ends of the floor.
You can find her locking down the most elite offensive players in the league with the focus and fierceness of a giant, or lending her voice in the boldest way to reshape the landscape of society.
We have this platform to sit in front of all these cameras in this media.
Natasha's larger-than-life voice and vision has propelled her into stardom, and she will never settle for anything less. Natasha Cloud is an advocate for herself on the court and for those who seek to be heard off of it. The former second-round draft pick quickly became a fan favorite in DC, breaking barriers and breaking ankles. Tasha's unapologetic in her energy and demeanor. Coming out of St. Joseph's University, the odds weren't necessarily in her favor to make a WNBA roster. But the Mystics knew the vibes. They had the foresight and believed in her potential. She became a staple for DC right away, helping connect the team with her passing game.
Everything that she does is her creating opportunities.
Defensive technicality.
Turns it over. Here comes Cloud in transition to the left.
An unwavering desire to be the best.
The three-point threat, Natasha Cloud.
She started 22 out of the 34 games her rookie year. Talk about an impact player. Tosh went from being a fresh-faced rookie to being the heart of the team. During her 9 years in DC, she helped the Mystics make the WNBA semifinals in 2017, the finals in 2018, and finally helped them win it all in 2019.
I'm extremely proud of us as a group and a franchise, and we finally did it 5 years later.
Talk about an ascension, y'all. Along the way, she became the second longest tenured female athlete to play in the Capitol, creating a connection with the city that earned her the nickname Miss DC. And this was just the beginning of her impact. In 2019, she earned the Don Staley Community Leadership Award for her continuous fight for gun violence reform and her unbreakable stance on speaking up for herself and the community. She brought more eyes and ears to the conversation during the season, specifically after National Gun Violence Awareness Day, a day when W players wore orange shirts in support of gun safety. Tosh also took it upon herself to do more, calling out multiple city council members on social media.
We got to do better for our youth. We got to do better for our community. The fact that 3 bullets have gone through, the fact that 1 bullet has gone through that school's window, but 3 in the month of June and nothing is being done.
Holding a media blackout.
Today we're going to do a media blackout. This game doesn't matter. The 18 lives and the number is going up by the minute. The 18 lives that were lost today from senseless gun violence in Texas at an elementary school. We're talking about our kids not being safe to go to school. It is time to implement gun laws and stop caring about profit and money over people and lives. So thank y'all. Please be safe.
And wearing the W Wears Orange t-shirt before every game the remainder of the season. Natasha Cloud wouldn't be silenced until change was made. Soon after, Tosh drew the attention of Converse and she became the first women's basketball player to sign with Converse since its Hoops relaunch in 2018. But what made this deal even more significant was the reasoning behind it. Converse's decision to align with Tosh directly resulted from her advocacy off the court and on social media. It was a clear indication that for Converse, it wasn't just about the game, but also about the social impact an athlete can make. And the shoes were fire, I have a pair. The partnership was set to be announced in May of 2020, but it was pushed to June because of a separate purpose that Tosh prioritized. Tosh's decision to forego the 2020 season was a testament to her deep-seated dedication to shining a light on social justice issues in the wake of the heartbreaking deaths of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and Ahmaud Arbery. Her focus extended beyond the court. It was bigger than basketball. She's so much more than an athlete. Even as she was foregoing her WNBA paycheck, Tosh used her platform to draw attention to the severity of the situation, writing an essay for the Players Tribune, making calls for action on social media.
Every single day when we take off those uniforms, we walk out into the world and we can potentially be George Floyd. Shoot, we can be in our beds and be Breonna Taylor. Basketball is the last thing on my mind.
And attending protests.
If they can be out here on the streets, then there's no damn reason that I'm not using the platform that God gave me
So don't only speak about change, be about change. Show up.
Converse was quick to support her as well, donating $25,000 to the American Civil Liberties Union of Pennsylvania and supporting her every step of the way. Coming back to the game she loved in 2021, she faced new challenges, with the loss of multiple key players and an injury-plagued team. Her on-court leadership was needed now more than ever, and she rose to the occasion, setting a standard of excellence in DC, playing with a heart and passion every single time she stepped on the court.
Where Natasha Cloud has grown over the course of her career. How about another bucket for Cloud9?
Who opted out of last season, returning to her 2019 form.
Even the challenges of being back on the court didn't stop her from speaking out for others. She advocated for her teammate Elena Deladon, who had to opt out of the 2020 season due to Lyme disease. And she continued to bring awareness to the poverty scene in the Washington, D.C. community. Natasha Cloud, the force to be reckoned with. She was traded to the Phoenix Mercury in 2024, but the impact she left in the capital city still remains.
You already know what it is, Tasha Cloud for the Phoenix Mercury season 1. Let's get it.
But even in the desert, she's dishing dimes.
Baseball pass down to Copper. Oh, I love the magic. Tosh to Ka. Philly to Philly.
Making plays.
Cloud with the hezzy. Got into the paint and got it. And she put Clark in the weight room on that one.
Using her voice to spark inspiration and change.
We have what can feel like a microscope on us as athletes all the time. And instead of looking at it as a microscope, I challenge us to start looking at it as a microphone.
She hasn't shied away from speaking out about bigger issues such as the humanitarian crisis in Gaza, a topic she's brought attention to since October. Natasha Cloud will always fight for the oppressed, being a voice for the voiceless. And it's made her a true difference maker in the league,
Pulls the midi. Cash.
and in society. This episode of Difference Makers is presented by CarMax. Never settle, on the lot or on the court. CarMax.